Alright. I'm gonna do this by myself because I can more focus on what I need to talk about.
Yeah, I remember what I did.
No,
now.
you're not getting any more dog. Get out of here. Hi, man.
Yeah, I can't run in HD because my computer sucks. I can't stream HD videos. I can watch them. Can't stream them.
Did I tell him what?
That I said.
From Miami, it's just.
That. That's not good.
So much.
There it is.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Hey,
He
they
needs
have
to
a
take
ball.
better care of himself.
Ryan, Moira, Tor.
He needs
They're
to
all
either
main.
take better care of himself or just accelerate the dying process.
Balls purple.
Got this weird in-between thing going on right now.
Okay, before... Okay.
Or
Oh my god.
Do you ever press tab?
There it is.
Yeah.
Or am I just gonna have to look at everybody? Okay, looks like we got what? Ball, Diva,
Hey, they
Tracer,
have a
Take
ball.
better
Mercy,
care of himself.
Ryan, Moira, Tor.
probably...
They're all
Oh no,
main.
it's
Better care of
Dan.
himself or just accelerate the dying process.
Balls purple.
Got this weird in-between thing going on right now. It's just inconvenient for everybody involved.
I'm up top. Turret right behind the car.
Alright, we got
Slow.
that.
Dead.
Reloading.
You guys should run
Balls on.
that. Just off of that.
Sleep. He slept. He slept. He slept. Back here. Back here. You want to do anything about it? Alright.
Why are you guys dealing with the ball back there? Their front line has no main healer. You should not be
Oh,
just
yeah, you didn't
dealing
do
with the
that.
ball. He's going to run away.
Lock down a Mercy. Alright, I'm gonna.
Oh man. I'm gonna go Sombra. It,
How did you guys lose that? You guys... Actually, I know why you lost it, because you're focusing Ball for some reason. Ball, if you don't have everyone on him, he will not die. You just have to leave him alone and focus the front line, because if he's slept in the back, then you get a free 4v6 on the front line, right? So let's go back.
Oh,
He slept. He slept. He slept. Back.
Everybody involved.
I'm up top.
So, dink,
Turret right behind
dink.
the car.
Alright, we
Slow.
got that.
So
Dead.
right here, I like to see it. This is what I like to see right here. My tanks up here. I really like to see this. But I need them, once the person comes down, for them to then go aggressive on the front line, whether that be staying on the high ground or whatever. But getting off and chasing a single ball isn't going to do anything for anyone.
Reloading. Balls on me. Sleep. He slept. He slept. He slept.
Right here. Okay, right before you go to headshot him, there's 3 people, 1, 2, 3 on ball, and 2 of them are supports, right? So you are leaving the 2 tanks without healing. Tracer can more or less heal herself. But you leave the front line completely open. And then they end up, I think they end up dying, if I remember correctly. And then you don't have the damage to kill Ball. So neither, you don't win this fight or this fight. You lose both, and then you lose the point, even though you should have won. Targets have to be focused completely, and advantages have to be taken. When you have an advantage, you need to take that advantage for what it is, and be able to recognize how to win that fight, right? If you play the fight now, without Baptiste, if you play the fight, even front to back, even breaking through Ryan's shield, going on to Ryan, they can't do anything because the main healer's down and they don't have the healer, the protection to protect him, right? So you could pretty much do the fight any way you wanted to. They can't do anything about it because main heal is so important, right? But instead you play this horribly.
Back here.
What's the point?
You want to do anything
Snap.
like that? Alright, I'm gonna.
oh man. I'm gonna go Sombra. It's gonna negate the ball pick. Gonna be big against Reaper too.
Yeah, Reaper's left side, Torb right side. I'm on Torb. Ran away. Reaper,
Yeah.
left, going upstairs.
He's hacked? Oh fuck, no he's not.
What you doing,
Wait.
damn?
Oh god.
Now he's hacked.
Balls on me. Balls.
Reaper down.
Torb.
Ah, he's so
Good
low.
shots.
Yo, chill with that shit, Torb.
I can't. I got stuck in there with him.
I gotta reload.
Ow, ow,
Oh,
ow.
don't touch that. No touchy. No.
What the heck was that? Pujar, come on.
Touch that. No touchy. No touchy.
Watch that. He flew into.
Oh, don't touch that. No touchy. No touchy.
That was kind of funny.
He's purple. He's purple. He's purple.
He's
Okay.
dead.
Alright.
Alright,
That out of the way. I got
He has no
nano.
frisbee. Bap low.
I got Bob. Oh, Bob, what did you do?
Nice.
No,
Oh, that's not where you go.
Bob, that's so wrong.
Oh,
Wait, he boops Bob into the
I'm
fight.
Moira, I'm Moira, Moira, no fade.
What?
Oh,
Contact.
turret
down, nice.
somewhere. Ow!
Fire, no fade.
Sideshow.
Torb.
Where's hats?
Get the Moira and the Moira.
Or down.
You're getting much better at
Teeth.
your dynamite.
Reaper
Killing.
coming in on me.
Dynamite shooting. You don't kill dynamite.
Reloading.
They have Zarya now.
Yeah, that was good. That was fine.
Limbs. Sorry, is hacked, I believe. Oh shit, that's
Thought we
Great
were all
ult.
just gonna romp on through there, didn't you?
Ryan's hacked.
You did- you
Get the
did
Zarya.
Zarya's
Zarya low.
That's just the reason behind you guys.
The
Fuck
Baptiste.
off, Moira ball.
Torb. It's purple.
Fuck, I missed asleep on the Reaper.
Ooh!
Reloading. Reaper's to the right. Dan, careful.
Where
Ooh,
oh,
nice
shit,
shot.
Not quite.
Ryan purple. Ryan.
You guys win though without EMP and Nano. Why did you ult?
Moira went to your right. Dan, just coming around you. Careful. Get her, actually.
Why did you use 3 ults? What? You used 3
Right
ults?
underneath you down here to the right.
What? Why?
Reloading. Reaper's to the right.
Why would you on earth would you use 3 ults there?
Just the Reaper behind you guys.
The
Fuck
Baptiste.
off, Moira ball.
Torb. It's purple.
Fuck, I missed asleep on the Reaper.
Ooh!
Zarya's dead. Baptiste, who was it? I think it's Baptiste. Baptiste is dead. Reaper is going to be dead. Torb is dead. There's
Reloading.
4
Right,
people
yeah.
down.
Where hack? Oh
You guys used 3 ults, 2v6.
shit.
What?
Not quite.
Why?
Purple. Ryan.
It's just a Moira and Ryan.
Moira went to your right. Dan, just coming around you. Careful. Get her, actually.
You guys cannot be wasting ults like that.
Oh, yeah, she's right underneath you down here to the right.
You used 3 ults and you killed 1 person. Yikes.
No.
went back a
Sneak
wall.
her
I
back
should not be
here.
seeing that.
Got the Baptiste.
You guys know better than
Keep
that.
pushing the cart.
Sorry,
They're
and
all
Trevor
purple.
Lowe,
Huge
they're all
nade.
purple.
Huge nade.
Ryan hacked.
Sorry.
You guys are gonna lose this fight now because they have more ults.
More ult.
Aw, shit.
Ryan's
I
third.
had a bad name. Look, the giant hamster ass right in front of me.
Ryan has shatter. Watch out.
Sorry, one. Sorry, one.
Okay, someone strike out ult again.
Ryan,
Ryan one. Ryan one.
They've grabbed.
Don't touch the cart.
We got nano. Reloading.
Big Dan. Get the Zarya if you can. Zarya on Shawnee. Zarya
Oh,
on
yeah.
Shawnee in the
Come
back.
around. I'm right one with you. I'm right with you.
She's hacked. She doesn't have a personal.
If that enemy team had any inkling of brain cells at all, they would have 100% won that fight and you would have lost. There's no way you should have won that fight. You. No. No. You do not deserve to win that fight in the slightest.
Heal me, Kurt.
Oh, no. Oh,
Good
typical.
Kurt.
So as much as I gripe about mechanics and like specific things you can do with specific characters, this game is about ults. It's not about who can kill who. It's not about Widows getting headshots. It's about ults. If you can get more value out of your ults and you can get more ults in the enemy team, you will win. No matter who is the carry on their team, no matter how many times the Widow headshots you in the face, it doesn't matter. What matters is the ults. If the only people that are alive are Zarya and Hanzo and they both have ults, then you win that fight 2v6 because it doesn't matter. Right? So wasting 3 ults like that is unacceptable because you just lost half of your win condition for the next fight. Half. And Bob isn't much better. And somehow, I don't know how, but you were able to get 2 ults back, which they must have just fed you completely. Because if they were to regroup completely together and then come back in with grab, you all would have died and you would have lost the point. Because you used 3 ults. Negligent. Or completely uselessly, but they didn't.
Hey, where are you?
Make the lady walk.
Come here.
Misogyny.
Come here. Come here. Come here.
Ash right side, Ash right side.
Oh, you go up. Okay, never mind. You're good.
Ash dead.
Just like the toxic masculinity to make a lady walk.
Alright.
I gotcha. Alright, oh, don't go in
Back
there.
up, boy.
Right. Oh, fuck.
Pharah? Dan, you love those.
I was a fire.
Ryan hack.
Get the right, get the right, get the right.
He's left, he's left.
Ryan 1. Nice.
I like that this little box that you're sitting on.
You are the biggest glowing distraction.
I pushed it off the edge.
That's
Zarya
a
over
nice
here.
shot.
She's purple.
Zarya
she's
purple, Zarya purple.
Where's
Zarya
our Kurt?
Personal.
We
Got
got
her.
Ash up behind the motorhome. Or trailer. Fuck you call it.
Nice. Well done.
Mars to the right.
I'm dead.
Fuck, sorry, I looked away for a second.
No, you're fine.
He's
Ooh,
purple.
you're in such a good spot. You were in such a good spot. Why did you move?
Ryan's left.
Why did you
Fuck
move?
out a dash. Oh my god, is that hack for us? Yes, thank you. Dan, you know help.
At this point, we can just get a reset. I'm almost back. Do just like a soft one.
I got
I'm
Bob.
gonna have to nano again. I'm gonna have to
At
nano.
this point, we can just get a reset.
My face.
There, we're just gonna.
For the back left. So, careful for that. Reapers to the left and low.
Zarya.
Alright, y'all ready for EMP?
Yeah.
Wait. I went the wrong way.
For
Whoops.
us? Yes, thank you.
Whoopsie.
Moira back
Mars
here.
to the right.
I'm dead.
Fuck, sorry, I looked away for a second.
No, you're fine.
He's purple.
I got shot.
Behind the motorhome. Or trailer.
So all that matters this last fight is who's on cart, right? It doesn't matter anyone else on any side of the cart. The only thing that matters is that they aren't in this little circle right here. If they aren't in that little circle, they can't contest, and the cart doesn't move, right? So you sitting here having full view of the cart is the only thing that matters, right? Granted, you can't see someone crouching behind the cart, but the other 5 people will see it and can kill them, right? This spot is fantastic. If you move, you again open yourself up to
Moira back
Mars
here.
to the right.
to this.
I'm dead.
Fuck, sorry, I looked away for a second.
No, you're fine.
He's purple.
I got shattered.
Reapers low. Ryan's left. Fuck out a dodge. Oh my god, is that hack for us? Yes, thank you.
Cruiser, you can't use ults like that. It's a losing fight. You have to recognize when the fight is lost and when the fight is still winnable. Using ult like that, using Valk is completely detrimental to your team. It's a huge ult that is now gone.
Dan, you know help.
At this point, we can just get a reset. I'm almost back. Do just like a soft one.
I got
I'm
Bob.
gonna have to nano again.
All out of my face.
Also, Stray, it's very obvious that you put in a lot of time in the ball because it's looking really good. Your ball is looking very, very good. I think you've died like once.
Reaper hack.
Left, Reaper hacked. I'm on Reaper.
No one's there.
Don't fight Reaper though. You will not win that fight. I've tried.
We're just gonna.
Alright, I've got EMP now.
Ash is shooting from the back left. So, careful for that. Reapers to the left and low.
Zarya.
Alright, y'all ready for EMP?
Yeah. I can sleep. Oh
Reaper.
shit! Well, Bob slept. I shot into one of them. I got Bob.
Mercy low.
So you guys already know that you should be tracking ults and stuff. I'm not gonna gripe about that, but because when you're learning a new competence team, it's gonna kind of fall by the wayside as you're learning all the different individuals and how they work together. Just know that that's a problem, and that's why you lost that fight.
And a comp. Monkey's up on her Mercy.
Bob's not bad. Saving a tank isn't bad. Yeah, both of those are.
Help!
Oh,
I
no.
need me!
I got 7 health. I'm down.
Where's she dead?
Alright.
Kill you up there.
Sorry, it's hacked.
So ults in dive, right? So classic dive, right? You have primal, you have bomb, which are the tank ults, right? You have blade, you have pulse bomb, and then you have classic dive was Zen Lucio, so you had trance and beat, right? So and the tank ults are used as second lives, right? They're able to go super aggressive, and right before they're about to die, or in D.Va's case, after she dies, you can then ult, get Mac back, or in Winston's case, get 1,000 health, right? Blade is used to either bait trance, or after trance and beat, get 1,000,000 kills. Because Blade's just really good. Pulse bomb is used to either get out, mostly to get out trance, is how Pulse was used. You'd stick Zen and he either died or had to use trance, right? Or you can also stick Lucio if he has beat, but it's a lot harder to stick a Lucio than it is to stick a Zen. So in this sort of comp, you kind of want dive comp. It's not about comboing ults. It's about snowballing with the ults that you have to further the advantage that you have, right? It's kind of like goats. Goats, you use the ult. You don't use your ults to combo. You kind of use grav bomb. But if you're snowballing, you just keep going with ults. You use the shatter, then you use beat, then you use rally. Like you just keep using these ults over and over again and just rolling on top of them and snowballing them. That's kind of how dive works as well. So you have you have mines, you have bomb. Bomb, you need to use the same principle. There's nothing to really combo with bomb, so you're just going to use it as a second life. You have Bob, you have EMP, you have Nano, and you have Valk. Okay, so I'm going to go through these ults one by one, right? I already talked about bomb. So mines is very similar to like blade, right? You can't move around and stuff, but the goal is to get 1 or 2 kills to further what you want to do, right? So you find a squishy, you ult and you pile driver on top of them, and it will kill them. If it's like an Ana or Zen, it will kill them. So that's kind of what mines is used for, just to further. It's not really good in a team setting because they can just walk out of the mines, right? It's okay, but you don't really want to combo it with anything because it doesn't really combo well with anything, if that makes sense, right? Bob, also very just standalone. You can use it with Nano, but it's not that great. You can use it with EMP, but it's okay. But it's really just an ult. It's just a win more ult, right? Like, if you're already winning the fight and you don't want to lose, you can use Bob. Or to start a fight so you can get closer, you use Bob, that kind of stuff. EMP, in the wise words of Jane, the best way to use EMP, the best named combo with EMP is the W key. Because they don't have any abilities, and you do, so you win. Especially with dive, you are so fast that getting onto them after EMP is super easy. You don't really need anything to combo with it. Same goes with Valk. Valk is the same kind of deal where you want to use it. It lasts so long, like EMP does. EMP also lasts super long. So you want to use it at the beginning of the fight instead of in the middle. You want to use it at the beginning to use all the healing, use that damage boost, and then just press W. That's its best use, truly. Nano is going to be like a pseudo primal, right? It's kind of used as a second life because Ashe really doesn't want Nano, Sombra doesn't want Nano, D.Va doesn't really want Nano, unless she's dying. And the only person that can really combo with Nano is Ball Mines. So you either Nano him before he goes in with Mines, which I don't recommend, or you can use it after he's about to die, which I do recommend. Because he doesn't have Primal, he doesn't have that extra burst of HP. So Nano's going to be that burst of HP for him, if that makes sense. Okay. Okay.
And out of
With no
position.
heals.
No, don't go in there.
Yeah, get your ult charge. Alright, I saw Nano.
I've got
Don't stop
bombs.
running away from me. Actively running away from me.
I have EMP now. Everybody ready?
Yep.
Oh my god, they hit
I lied. I forgot about EMP bomb combo. That combo's pretty good.
all of them.
It doesn't even matter.
I'm not used to dive comboing ults, but that combo is pretty
Yeah,
good.
there's a clickety clack of.
Don't stand on card, please.
That.
Monkey, 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 monkey.
Uh-oh, I hit
Monkey's
fire.
hacked. Nice.
You died because you were in a bad
The Moira.
position. You should
Oh,
know
sorry,
that. I
Monkey.
shouldn't have to tell you that.
Or
guys?
Mercy Resi.
Bob slept.
And now you might lose because you
Alright,
died.
hacked.
Wow, look at
That's
that.
heavy
You
over here.
died and everyone else died. Look at that. Wow, that's almost like I'm right.
Alright, we need one more.
Someone's above us. Reaper's gonna fucking all up on our heads.
I get the idea.
Mercy's one she's out.
Did you know he was up there?
Reaper's gonna fucking all up on our heads.
I get the idea.
Someone's above us. Reaper's gonna fucking all up on our heads.
Someone above us. You know he's up there, and you try to 1v1 Reaper,
Mercy's one she's out.
which you is a losing
Yeah.
fight.
Alright.
Your pea shooter is not going to beat his massive Hellfire shotguns. Nice dynamite.
Okay, I've got EMP as soon as I'm back. Let's actually, if we haven't engaged it, yeah, let's delay the fight until me and Stray get back.
What was he doing?
Alright, I've got
What were they doing? Okay, let's watch this.
Mercy's one.
So everybody's grouped up.
Someone's above us. Reaper's gonna fucking all up on our heads.
We're just looking to ult. You go and kill yourself.
Mercy's one she's out of bubble.
Yeah.
Alright.
So Krujar ends up leaving the fight to Rezu, meaning the fight's a 4v6 at this point.
Let's get you back in the fight.
Leaving Ice with no healing, leaving him to die. And because Ice is down,
Alright,
You
I've
guys
got
probably
EMP
lose
as
this
soon as
fight
I'm
now.
back. Let's actually, if we haven't engaged it, yeah, let's delay the fight until me and Stray get back. I'm gonna initiate with the EMP.
Dan. Alright.
That's better.
I'm gonna count it down, okay?
Sorry, no personal.
Alright, everybody here? 3, 2, 1, now.
Moira 1, Moira low. Get the Zarya if you can. Zarya low.
Reaper. Purple, please, one.
Freya.
there you go.
Good job.
In and out.
Nice. How far
I'm
can
gonna have to go soon, so I need to finish this up. I know Shawnee was talking to me last night about something. I want to see an example of it.
Hack grind. I'm
Who's
gonna
on
tell
point?
you now. Ball hacked.
Who's on
Ball
point?
hacked on point. Ball hacked on point. Nice.
Alright, we lost our ball.
Okay, I'll be back.
We lost Dan.
The hell?
Fuck it.
How did what? How could she see you?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
guess we'll never know.
The wall. I think she hit me like in like the dick or something.
I saw it. It looked like fucking head. She fucking pegged you.
Ball hacked again.
Ball low.
This is a pretty decent position you're in. Yeah. This high ground position is pretty fine. Just be careful of snipers like Ash. If there's a Widow, you're as good as dead up here, but they don't, so you're fine.
I don't know. Sleep.
I've got EMP this fight.
Oh boy.
And 5%. 1%. Okay.
pop.
I've got it.
When you're in high ground, you can just crouch instead of walking. You can walk backwards and crouch, and then it'll lower your head enough to where this bar right here, if you just crouch, they won't be able to see your head. So it's a good way to be able to get healing pretty fast and be able to get out of the line of fire instead of just walking backwards.
Alright. I'm gonna EMP him.
Coach gun backwards as well does the same thing.
Run.
Oh, I suppose Bob already did the job. Whoops.
Hit the Genji.
Small mistake.
Let's get you back in the fight.
Genji back.
I don't have res, sorry, I just used it.
It's all good. We gotta clean up
Get
those.
Diva. Get Diva. Diva, no boosters.
Do big, like 4Ks like that. We gotta clean up the small one.
Oh no! Oh, I was almost airborne. Dan
Yeah.
peek me, Dan peek me.
A good rule of thumb is when we're getting picks, until we don't get a pick for like 8 to 10 seconds, keep getting picks. Okay. Are we gonna be able to recontest?
What did you say?
Don't get a pick for like 8 to 10 seconds, keep getting picked.
I don't know what you said. I couldn't tell.
Are we
He's too
gonna be able to
quiet.
recontest?
I tried.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, let's not recontest. Let's just take
They
this
might as
point
well
too.
let him have it set up.
I'm halfway to EMP again.
This is the slowest elevator ever. I wish those elevators were fast, eh?
Ash front.
Let me handle
Oh, I can come tell you before we have to waste that.
Okay, I'm over here alone.
Use the walls.
You just come up here.
Oh!
Diva's hacked. Diva has
Guess
bomb.
what, Bap
Watch
now?
out when
Oh,
hacked.
don't play Baptiste with this comp, please.
Wait, come to me!
Fuck him up. Oh, you're almost losing Chrissy because he's gone. He's two.
So here's why Baptiste doesn't work in this comp, right? So let's say you got the fight over here, right? Okay, so you have Ball, who's just a ball. Let me try that again. A ball, okay. And then you got Diva. That's Diva with the arms. Right? And then you have Sombra either so if this is their front line, right? Okay. And you're on their front line. Okay. You know what? Let's try this again. Alright. So their Rhine is right here, okay? Oh. Tyler. Okay, their Rhine is right here. Okay. Their Rhine, this is Rhine, okay? Smile. Okay. Their back line is over here. Okay, that's Zen and this is Anna. Okay. I don't know who they're running right now, so I can't, say anything. If Sombra is gonna, if they're gonna dive back here, right? So Ball, Diva, and Sombra's gonna be like over here, right? Just poking at them, right? Or hacking Rhine, so she might be up here. And then your other support is gonna be somewhere like, if it's like a Zen or something, or Mercy, she's either gonna be flying around somewhere up in here, or she's gonna be, or he in Zen's case is gonna be up here, right? And then you'd have, or the Ash right now, so he's on this high ground, right? So you have this person, these two, and this one, all in different spots. Baptiste, what's he gonna do? You know, you only can throw grenades so far, and they only have so much of an AOE, right? And then your left shift barely does anything. All it does is heal you. And then your immunity field, who are you gonna throw it on? Right, you can throw it on the two tanks. It's just gonna die instantly, and then they're gonna die. If they have a Discord orb, right, they can focus their target down faster. If they have an anti-nade, then they can focus their targets down faster and have a huge burst of healing. And have nano. And this brings to my other point, is his ult. Like, he could use it on himself, or he could use it on an Ashe. But in a bunker comp, everyone uses it, right? So, it's just bad. Baptiste should be used in either bunker comps or like a 2-2-2 kind of comp. He's not good in dive at all. He's terrible.
D.Va going left, I think.
He's almost as bad as Mercy is in dive without Pharah. Mercy in dive without Pharah is just like a walking, like, death. Like, you're asking to die. Super fast.
Ball behind.
D.Va's over here. D.Va out of mech.
Careful. Oh, no, they're high bomb. I got
Ball low.
Point me in the right direction.
Ow.
Motherfucker, I got shot. Don't try to res me. Yeah, stop it. EMP boss.
Anti on Dan.
Get the Ryan way out of position in the saloon.
That was good. Good play. Ooh.
Attack. Oh fuck.
I can see his fucking
Doesn't
shield.
matter.
We
Oh,
lost,
we got ult out of him.
Nice shatter.
Ashe 1, Ashe dead. I'm on
Ball hacked
D.Va.
on point. Ball low on point. Ball 1.
Ball dead.
Straight.
It's alright. That's what Ball does.
Dies.
Pretty much.
Sometimes. But he causes enough havoc that it doesn't matter.
I mean, I got 2 kills before.
Oh,
Out.
balls.
Get you.
Ah!
Ball 1.
Ball dead.
Straight.
It's alright. That's what Ball does.
Dies.
Pretty much.
Sometimes. But he causes enough havoc that it doesn't matter.
I mean, I got 2 kills.
That's mostly true. But the problem with feeding as Ball is that you feed 600 HP worth of ult, right? More if he's getting healed. So that kind of gives them an ult advantage. So usually what you want to do is shields, right? So if you have your health bar, all of this is health. I'll just do health in blue, and then shields be in pink. I don't know why. I don't have a white, okay? Don't patronize me. But this, if they shoot your shield, your shields, then they don't get ult charge for it. They get ult charge for shooting your health. So that's why when Ball goes in, he needs to right when he shields, and then he can do all of his disruption stuff, and then with the team, and then he needs to back out as well as the rest of the team, right? If you can get a pick, great. If you can't, then you go in and try again later. Otherwise, he's gonna go in and feed 600 worth of ult charge, and maybe even D.Va goes in and feeds 600 health worth of ult charge, right? So it can be okay if he gets picks to die, but you don't want to try to look to die all the time, obviously. Because also when you die, you lose all of your value. Your value drops to 0.
Before.
Oh,
Out.
balls.
Get you.
Ah!
Right, so he gets you so much.
I'm back.
Alright, ready for EMP?
I kind of spread them all up for you. I'm
Yep.
sorry.
Alright, EMP.
Ooh, immortality, eh? Yoink! Oh no. Oh, you're so purple.
They used a lot of Qs. Nano, Bob, Dragon Blade.
We gotta have
That's really weird violence. What's that again?
No.
ready for EMP?
I kind of spread them all up for you. I'm
Yep.
sorry.
Alright, EMP.
Okay, he shouldn't have died after EMP.
Ooh, immortality, eh? Yoink! Oh no. Oh, you're so purple.
They used a lot of Qs. Nano, Bob, Dragon Blade.
We gotta have a defensive.
There's still 4 of you left.
We got bombs.
It's probably still winnable.
Ah, they're still there.
He's back in one.
Abandon your posts.
I'm trying so hard. No.
What? Oh, there you are. Why didn't you say something?
Oh, we're so close to getting away.
Ball hack.
So, what I can tell from that fight is that Ice died and Shawnee went in for res and died. Or didn't die, but wasn't able to heal / damage boost during the entire EMP, which is huge. So, Ice, when you are getting ready to EMP, if you translocate in, then you want to do it off of high ground. Let's see if I can
D-back.
Why didn't you say something?
get Dan
Oh,
then.
we're so close to getting away.
Ball hack.
Turn. Okay. So, if you jump off of here in EMP, right? EMP is like a kind of like a double jump, right? When you EMP, you kind of bounce a little bit, so you can bounce up to like up here. Wow, that was a bad arrow. Let's try that again. So up here, if you're sitting up here and you go over this onto the ground to EMP, then you can EMP up here instead, and then bounce back up to this high ground right here. Okay. Because if you just drop into the middle of the team and then press EMP, everybody's going to turn to you and kill you because you won't have translocator. Your other option is to throw your translocator up here. Then you can EMP down here, and when you're close to dying, then you can go back up, get this health pack, and then go back to the fight, right? You don't want to die, though. Also, Shawnee, since you were Valking, it's better to wait on the timer of her death and use the EMP and your damage boost during the EMP. Because once, or you could just not even res him at all. You could literally just leave him dead and they'd probably be fine. Because you guys have 2 ults going right now, and if you just damage boost with the EMP and just push forward on top of them, even with Ice Steady, you should probably still kill them. Right? Because, I mean, look at that. He's got no shield. Like, all 3 of these tanks are just completely just meat bags. That's all they are right now. And the damage boost will help you burn through their health pools.
D.Va up top.
So when going for reses, you want to be careful. I've talked about this before. I'm not sure who I think it was to you, Shawnee. But you got to be careful of when resing is good and when resing is bad. Now there's a huge gray area kind of where that lies. But knowing when to res is extremely important. So situations like that, I just explained why you wouldn't want to res, or maybe res at the end. There's other situations like earlier this game when Krujar went for a res and left the team while the team was dying anyway. That's bad res because the fight's already lost and you just lose a 30-second cooldown like that. So kind of think about it in your head. Think, if I res this, will we be able to win the fight? Or if I res this, are we still losing? And if that answer is yes, then you should probably just leave. Right? So just think about it before you do it, because you've got a little bit of time. The death timers are pretty long.
They're all on the left side.
You have time to think. You don't have to get them immediately.
When I hit the wall. Ball's up top.
Because whether you get them at the beginning of their death timer or the end of the death timer, it's the same thing.
I am firmly behind a set of boxes.
Big bomb. Get the Genji.
I'm just
Genji 1.
I got Belk.
ball hack.
Dan.
Focus ball.
He booped me into the...
Nice.
That was a nuts ult actually. That was pretty crazy. He was even aiming for you. You
I
just
didn't
died.
know they were up there.
They are getting
I got res 7. Ow.
See how good that ult is though at killing single.
2.
targets like
Yeah,
that.
so close.
Alright, I got
I'm
EMP
falcon.
this
Never
fight.
die.
Really close.
Genji's hacked. Genji has blade, get ready for it.
Kill him.
Be ready to toss out the invulnerability. Toss it.
Diva bomb coming
Died
in.
with Coach Gun. You should know he's going after you.
I'm alive!
You should be ready to use it.
Oh!
Oh no.
Because even if he deflects your Coach Gun, you just go twice as far. So.
That was not in plan.
Oh, okay, we got. Oh no, we got so many people.
Ugh.
Oh, they're surrounded.
So as a DPS and as a support, when a blade is pulled, assume that's going for you, whether it is or not, and be prepared. So save your Guardian Angel cooldown, save your nade, save your sleep, save your Coach Gun, save your flashbang, whatever it might be. Save that for the blade when it's coming up. And in order to do that, you have to know when it's coming and what time. So that's also where ult tracking comes in, but we still need to get better at that, and that's okay. I'm not going to gripe about that this time. Just going forward.
Fuck up the Rhine out of position.
I am trying to save you!
Uh-oh. That's a dynamite. Nope.
I get the idea.
Why are you guys here? You already have ult. All you're doing when poking like that is feeding support ult. That's it. You're shooting tanks. You have your ult. All it's doing is feeding the enemy ult. That's all it's doing.
Ooh.
You're not doing anything else productive. Except that. That was pretty productive.
Hello, Ryan.
I'm on the run.
If you're shooting squishies, shooting squishies is good. Shooting tanks is not.
Diva's hacked.
When you have ult.
Oh.
Oh, come on, I was close to the
Ooh,
ball.
that was a nice dash from him. That was really nice.
Fuck you, Ryan.
I don't know if he did that on purpose or not, but oh, he didn't.
Genji
I,
one.
it's close. He might have
Oh,
done that on
took Rash.
purpose. I couldn't tell,
Time to change things up.
but it was pretty nice regardless.
Rhine hacked.
I get the idea.
You guys be your group right now. You've done.
I got fell.
Got bombs.
Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. This is really good from you guys.
Alrighty.
Just don't go in until
Ash top right.
Stray gets here.
Rhine hacked. There we go.
Never
Going
die.
up.
It's huge.
Asha's still up top. She's one.
Ball one,
Baby Diva's
ball
one,
one,
Baby
ball
Diva's
one.
one.
The baby diva. Baby diva dead.
I forgot to say this earlier, but another interesting combo you can do with Ball Diva is you can slide the bomb across the ground and then boop everyone up. And so the bomb kind of slides under their feet, and Ryan would have to like turn his shield upside down, and even then, these people over here would still die. It's kind of interesting. Just another way to combo.
Dead.
Alright.
Big.
Pretty sure he hasn't played again.
That was a very silly Valk to do, but eh.
Yes, it was. Glad you know that.
To the right of the alleyway. He's low. Oh. Oh.
He got
Yeah.
shields on the last second.
Alright, I've got EMP for him. Get ready.
So
Alright.
here, since we're obviously struggling with this, so here's a fight. Okay, you got 6v6. Okay, one team versus another team. Let's say Dan kills one of them. Right, it is now a 6v5. At this moment, right here, you have the advantage. If you continue this fight, you will win. Pretty much no matter what. Unless they ult, right? If they ult, then you can be reactive with your ults, right? Okay. So if Dan gets to pick on their Ashe, but they're like, hey, I think we can still shatter, they go for a shatter. You need to know that they need to go for a shatter and try to block it. At that point, your goal is to be reactive, right? Because you have the advantage. If you have the advantage, you have to be reactive. You don't have to be proactive. You can, and it's often good to be proactive, but you don't have to, right? And then if they say they hit a grav, then you are now at a disadvantage, right? So the advantage now goes over to them. Let's say you trance that grav, you now have the advantage because trance goes a little bit longer than grav, right? And let's say After trance, they go and they hit a shatter. They now have the advantage. But once the shatter hits, Lucio beats. Now you have the advantage. So it's kind of this back and forth chess kind of game during team fights, right? You have to know when you have the advantage and when you need to be reactive and when you need to be proactive, right? That's why whenever we get a pick, if you're ever playing with me, when we get a pick and it's 6v5, that's why we go in immediately. They don't have time to react, and the time they do have to react, they're going to panic, right? So they might panic trance, and then you can back off after that point. Or they'll panic shatter, and we might be able to block it, or they're going to use an ult, and then we can use something else after that, right? The most important thing, though, is ult tracking, because you know what ults they can use to get back into the fight. So that's kind of knowing. So that kind of explains when a fight's winnable, when it's not. You kind of just have to watch for it and listen for ults. That kind of stuff. Right?
Everybody ready?
Yep.
And everything that I'm talking about boils down to ult tracking and boils down to good shot calling, because that's what wins you games. I was talking about this earlier. Ults win you games, right? So tracking those ults and shot calling the team to use those ults correctly and get the best value will lead you to more victories than just Dan hitting 20 headshots in a row. Because he can, but sometimes he won't be able to, or sometimes he'll have an off day, and that's, it's not a win condition anymore. The best thing you can do is just use ults really well. That's why I almost like Goat's meta, because you have to use ults really well. There's no like super god widow on either side that's just going to carry. They have to use their abilities and their ults super well in order to actually win.
Now.
Granted, Goats isn't fun to watch, but
There's an Ana just to the.
Hashgo's will get 1 kill off an AoP. That's why. Hawk, you gotta use your. So when you're going in as ball, right? When you're swinging in, and you can. So you want to do 2 things, right? You want to hit the person with the swing, which deals damage, and knocks them over here. And then by the time you get over here, you'll be above them, and then you can ult. Use your little mines, and then pile drive on top of them, right? So you hit them with the scoop, right? The scoop and then the poop. Okay, that's what we're gonna call it. So you hit them with the scoop, which knocks them back, and then you can mine and slam on top of them, right? In case of a team fight, it's the same kind of deal, because with the boop changes, everybody's gonna get booped back almost the same amount. So you can swoop and hit everybody with 50 damage, mines, slam, and by the time, the reason you ult before is because the mines have like that sleeping period, right, where they're just kind of laying on the ground. And during that time, if you pile driver, they're all gonna be up in the air. And by the time they actually, by the time they hit the ground, so they're gonna be up, and by the time they hit the ground, the mines are gonna be activated and up. So it's gonna be really hard for them to move in and out without dying. Okay? Okay.
There's an Ana just to the. If you go forward to your right, Hawk.
My right.
Yeah, just around that corner to the right.
This corner?
No. We're Hawk or straight with
Ball hack.
Ryan
Ball
1.
half. Ball low. Ball 1.
Diva half.
Ryan 1.
Diva 1, Diva 1.
Ryan hack.
Let me up on the ledge.
Big. Here comes Ball and Genji.
Get. Oh, fuck. I have EMP. I'm gonna.
Ball's low.
Fly! No! I lost my flying at the worst time.
Watch out for Blade. It's coming as soon as he's on hack. Alright, you ready to throw him ball?
Ryan 1.
Ryan 1.
Why is it Anna dying?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Did you just get here?
For me.
Wait, he didn't have dash. No, you came back to him.
Genji's one. Stop fucking charging me.
I'm gonna get you for that.
How'd you guys
Touch
lose
if you
this?
can't.
That's my question. Let's see.
Alright, you're coming as soon as he's on hack. Alright, get ready to throw in Vol.
Right now it looks like just Ryan and Genji.
Ryan one.
Ryan one.
Weird. Oh, there it is.
Uh-oh.
Ryan one.
Ryan one.
Weird. Oh, there it is.
Uh-oh.
Was Anna there that whole fight?
I'm
Fall slow.
Fly! No! I lost my flying at the worst time.
watch out for Blade. It's coming as soon as he's on hack.
He's getting healed this whole time by Anna.
Watch out for Blade. It's coming as soon as
Yeah,
he's on
he's
hack.
getting healed by Anna the whole time. That's why. She ends up getting nano off of it too. That just goes with target prioritization. You guys are taking the fight front to back. You guys are taking the fight from Ryan to the back line, right? You can see Stray doing that right now. He's poking the Ryan shield and then going through the Ryan shield, right? Kind of how Goats is, right? You don't want to take the fight front to back as Dive. You will lose every time. You want to know why? Because they have a shield and you don't have a shield. They're going to win every single time. All they have to do is press W. Whereas you can take the fight back to front, right? You can jump over Ryan onto their back line where Anna is sitting currently healing Ryan. If you kill him, if you kill Anna, then you go to Ryan, and then Ryan has no healing, right? So you take the fight then back to front instead of front to back, okay? So that's why you lost this fight right now, is because Anna got enough charge in order to Nano Blade and was able to get keep Ryan up. And you guys, that just goes with playing Dive a lot and playing it well. Target prioritization.
Ryan one.
Ryan one.
Often it's not enough to prioritize a target; it has to be the right target.
Oh, there it is.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
You need to go right for me.
Oh, I think you got stuck on a wall. That's unfortunate.
Genji's one. Stop fucking charging me.
I'm gonna get you for that.
Touch if you can.
Yep.
Good point.
Touch.
You don't have to touch. D.Va's there to touch. This is good. That's a good positioning from you. This is so much better. You could have stayed in that immortality build if you wanted to.
Uh-oh. It's gonna be hard to touch. I can fly
I got it.
top.
Run. Got him.
They're all one.
D.Va at mech. Good.
Oh my god, this fucking...
No. Go away.
Baby is so low.
Come on, Lucio.
Ball hack. Get ball.
It's a nice dynamite.
Ball's so low. There we go.
Nice.
It was a nice stall from you guys though, and they played that pretty poorly, so. Oh, did they stop it at .00? That's funny. That's really unfortunate.
It's fucking hilarious.
Whoa.
We still won. But it was
That's
funny.
funny.
This is gonna sound really fucking dumb, but I don't think I ever realized.
So we'll do
I
this
can
last
control
map,
my
and then
direction.
we'll
I
call
thought
it.
I had to like.
Ew.
Is huge.
Goddamn, Phillips are turning off.
I'm 3-1 as ball today. Actually, they've got a Pharah, Hanzo,
Stop it. Get out of here.
Monkey, Sim, soldier.
careful when you're up there. You don't know if they have a widow or
God, actually,
not.
me too. There we go.
Monkey hack.
Point.
Hanzo.
Farah.
What the?
Get the sim
What
turrets.
the? What is happening right now?
Oh god.
Some half.
Someone slept behind.
Some
Far
long,
one,
some
far
long.
one. Got her.
I'm
Sim
dying.
dead.
I'm
Monkey,
down.
monkey.
Smoke him out of there.
Monkey low, monkey low.
You guys went this well. I'm glad you all went back to point. That's a good call.
Oh, Randy's still alive. On my way back.
How did you kill Pharaoh with a melee?
Gosh, you're so low.
FT Swan.
Oh,
Sorry, I was out of
Yikes.
place. Oh shit.
Yikes, that's bad.
Yeah.
I mean, we shouldn't be holding payload anyway.
No.
He's right. He's 100%
At
right.
this point, we gotta hold payload. Monkey hacked.
I'm back.
He needs to say that though.
Monkey's purple.
You need to say that, Stray. You need to say, let's push up together. People might not realize what
Monkey
you're
one and
thinking.
hack. Got him.
Let's clean
Sombra
up
half.
this mess.
Sir. Oh, that's Sombra.
I got nano.
Far one. Nice. There we go.
This fucking turret.
Fuck. Reloading.
Oh man, I'm so
She's in the
sad.
building.
You guys win
I
that fight
can't
for
use
sure.
my abilities 1v6.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a
You
monkey
know. I
to the left.
was gonna say you probably shouldn't use the MP when the fight's won, but who knows?
I'm trying to see.
Fast fire.
Oh, where at?
Right.
Oh, I see it.
Here's Stray.
How lucky.
I wanted to sleep her off the side of the map.
Funny.
You were taking damage that whole time.
Yeah, that's a
Oh,
big,
Ball's
big.
back right. Hanzo's in the doorway to the right. Oh, he's after me.
Nothing wrong with a little self.
Purple Crimson? Hanzo. Oh. Oh. Nice.
Winnable? Question mark.
If these turrets don't kill me, yep.
The
Oh,
turrets won't kill you. Oh, yikes.
Well,
Alright, let's get up on high ground and get ready to drum down on it.
Hawk.
I forced.
That was a nice move.
Forced invulnerability field out.
Shit.
Balls up top. Sleeping monkey. Slept. He's one.
Oh, he's low. He's getting healed though. Might not die.
I get a little bit of healing right beside you.
That's unfortunate.
oh, I got hit by Symmetra fucking charge.
It hurts a lot.
I was
Yeet.
wondering how the monkey shredded me so fast.
Frisbee.
You didn't. It was Symmetra.
Frisbee's down. Ah, Frisbee's
You did
one.
not win that fight. You never win that fight versus Ball.
He has no health back in there.
It's like a
Monkey
worse
slept.
Winston.
Ball one.
Ball's
Winston that does more
Ball
damage.
hacked. Ball
Go
cannot
low.
exit that form.
Down.
Nice.
Don't fight tanks 1v1. You never win those fights.
Watch for Reaper somewhere.
If you see Ball, just walk away. If he doesn't see you, that's good.
Let me know when you change spots, Creature. I thought you were still behind me.
Where are you going? Choose a spot.
Someone's up above
You're
us with
completely
us.
away
Quick,
from the
quick, quick.
fight. Choose a spot!
Oh, no. Reloading.
Who are you waiting for? No one's spawning.
Ow, ball's up here on us. Very good. Oh, it's a monkey.
Who are you waiting for? The fight's going on right now. Trying to spawn camp somebody that isn't spawning?
Okay, on fire.
Fucking A.
I'm gonna sit out.
You might as well have been AFK that whole fight.
Alright. Thank God, perfect.
shouldn't have to tell you when a fight's starting. You should know by the loud voice lines going off at the same time. Okay, you win this fight because they don't know how to do with Bob, so
I saw that.
good job, I guess. You shouldn't have. You shouldn't have though.
I've got EMP next fight.
Okay, let's choose a spot this time. I like your high ground position, but you need to choose a high ground position to sit on, and actually, you know, shoot your gun.
Moira's on cart.
Alright.
McCree's coming down. He's
Because normally shooting your gun is better than not
Moira
shooting
off
your
the
gun.
side.
I'm a big fuck up.
Oh my god.
Ball's
Okay,
left
you
up
lose
top.
this every
Get
single
up
time.
here,
You shouldn't be
get over
fighting
for
this.
high noon.
You should be still on cart or leaving.
I don't know where to say, guys. Fucking
Okay,
dead.
I'm gonna EMP and then switch far for the brig.
Should be careful of that McCree.
Yeah, he just kept following me.
Alright, y'all ready? Doesn't really
Everybody's
matter
dead.
because I need to switch anyway, so.
I'd say you need to go Pharah or Junk.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
Pharah's
plan was
real
fine.
bad in this last point.
Mainly
got the
because of
flank of
those turrets.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should definitely switch to the Ryan Guard the last one too.
He's right, yeah.
Can't see. Live. They're all purple.
Yeah, Hawkins trying really
Brig,
smart.
brig.
They just need to talk more.
Reloading. I can't see you back there straight.
Sims 1.
Oh, I fucked my group up, sorry. Reloading.
Yes.
Careful, baby.
Oh, the long range
snipe.
snipes.
I'm gonna go over to the back right.
Did she say careful, baby? That's what she said.
Snipes.
Careful, baby.
Oh, the long range snipes.
I don't know what he said.
I'm
Or
gonna go over
she
to the
said.
back right.
I thought she said, be careful, baby.
Alright.
Slow. Ball on point.
Ah, back. Oh, that's you. Oh, Jesus. Stray scared the shit out of me.
You want to call that out?
Hello. This brig
It's
hit.
McCree left side.
They have a May.
Nope,
McCree,
you're just gonna
McCree,
die.
back left.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna try to equalize this.
Straight switch Ryan.
There's McCree. He's behind all of us.
Fuck.
Wow, it's almost like you knew that and you didn't say anything. Wow, that's crazy. Man, who would have thought? That's
We
unfortunate.
did not have time.
Yeah, we. Oh shit.
Alright, let's watch that fight from the beginning.
Straight switch Ryan.
There's a lot that
Oh,
happened.
that's you. I'm gonna go over to the back right. You're good.
I'm so distracted by
Ball slow.
her calling you baby.
Ball on point.
At least that's what I think she's in.
Ah, back. Oh, that's you. Oh, Jesus. Stray scared the shit out of me.
So they mine.
Hello. This brig
Alright,
hit.
I'm about to have
Or-
They have a May.
I'm not sure whether they mine or you mine.
McCree, back left.
Okay, at this point you lose. The fight's lost, 100%. Your main tank is down, your damage is down. You're gonna lose, especially because they just ulted as well. So, the best option for you would be to be back up and to recontest. We've gone over this multiple times, and this is one of those times.
Alright, I'm gonna try to equalize
It's a
this.
4v6 right now,
Straight switch Ryan.
There's McCree. He's behind all of us.
Fuck.
and now you're starting to stagger. So they 4 stagger, and now you 2 are staggering right now.
Alright, regroup. We'll
That should have happened a long time ago. It's too late now.
Yeah, we. Oh Oh shit.
They are good.
What the fuck did I just get hit by?
Alright, so I'm going to leave it there. Few things. I'm still seeing staggering problems. That should not be happening. We need to get rid of this immediately. When you know you've lost a fight, that fight, you need to disengage. Disengaging being you completely run away, you use your abilities to run, you do everything you can to get out and not feudal charge. Okay. Number 2 would be target prioritization. Okay, talked about this earlier. Knowing the right target to hit and when. It also helps with ult tracking. Now, I know this is a huge problem. We still need to get this figured out and who's going to do it. And get everybody to kind of know ults and stuff and to be thinking about it constantly. But just be thinking about it. If I play with you guys, hopefully I'll remember to ask about ults and stuff. I might not because I have the memory of a frog. But, is there anything else? Not that I remember. Positioning looks much better from you, Dan. Stray Ball's looking really good. Hawk, you're good as always. Just speak up. Same with Stray. Stray, you know what to do. Just talk. So I think that's it. Yeah. And then ult usage. We already went over this. Ult. Whoops. Ult usage. Okay. So, knowing when a fight is over, and knowing when it's winnable, even though you lost a person, maybe you can still win it, right? At the pro level, winning a fight with a person down is doable. In this kind of elo that we're in right now, it's really hard to do because of the lack of coordination and ability usage and ult usage on both sides, right? So it's possible, but you have to know when it's possible. If you have like a shatter and a bomb, it's probably possible. If you have EMP, it's probably possible, right? You have to, but it just takes time and experience for you to know those kinds of things. I can't go over every single circumstance with you because it's impossible. So, all right, I'm gonna end it there. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. And upload this on YouTube.